Yo, what's up? It's your boy
What's up? What's
Dennis
up?
T. Allen, and right next to me is the world famous
You
Jamario
like gas?
Russell. What's up, my brother? How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm going great. How are you? How are you?
So, for y'all who don't know, Jamario is one of Trinidad and Tobago's favorite exports. We world famous for we cocoa. The Trinitario cocoa is great. Of course, Hong Wing coffee, which I drink almost every day, and really, really, really fast track athlete. So he's not dark enough to be a good cup of coffee, but I'll tell you this: he's very quick guy. So Jamario, what's up, my brother?
What's up?
Introduce yourself now. Tell these people who you are and why we're gonna be chatting tonight.
Well, my name is Jamario Russell. I am a new athlete into in terms of like a new recognized athlete. I wasn't always, as fast as I was right now, but I just put in the work and, got a good amount of recognition for, my ability on the track. We just currently talking right now because we're just doing a little catch up, a little interview, how things going and in boarding life at Spire.
So, for some other background information, Jamario would have been one of the medal winners at last year's 2022 Carifta Games. What was that? Silver medal in the 4x1 under
Yep,
17 men.
yep,
There you go. So, obviously, you had a bit of a change of address. I'm seeing it
yeah,
right
yeah,
there on
yeah.
your shirt front. Um, so, let me see if I could kick it off right here. Jamario would have been a Fatima College student up till when would that be? Last year, June. And now he's no more. All right. So tell me about Spire and tell me how you got there, bro.
Well, Spire is a boarding school that is relatively new. It's only been around for about 2 years in terms of the boarding school and everything. And well, as you know, as Dennis said, I competed in the 4x1 and the 100, and I made the 100-meter finals and medaled in the 4x1. And I gained recognition from the coach here, Coach Karan Stewart. For those who don't know, she's an Olympic medalist and just a icon in the sport. And she decided to take the chance with me. Now, she provided me with a full scholarship to come out here to finish my academic years. Despite me being young, they put me in grade 12, which usually grade 12 have like 18-year-olds. And Spire is just like a really big place with amazing facilities, and I just came here to pursue my track endeavors, get the experience of being in America, because being in America is a whole different ball game. And yeah, I'm just enjoying it up here.
All right. So Spire, track fans would have seen the facilities for was that the Big Ten
Big
Conference
Tens,
Championships this week here. And
yeah, this
some
weekend
of
that
you
just passed.
die-hard fans would have seen another very fast Trini. Akila Lewis set the number two time, all time in the women's 60 meters this weekend. So certainly it's a fast facility. But of course, the phrase is always going to be student athlete. Um, we know that the facility and the opportunity is really great, but how does this compare to your Fatima College education? Now, Fatima, I have to say, Jamario, that's your second choice school there, right? St. Mary's was your first choice. It's okay. That's okay. Don't feel shame about that.
Uh,
Of course, Fatima and St. Mary's have a long rivalry. It
yeah,
hasn't always been that Fatima has the better students now, the better sports records, but back in the day, um, and that's not what this is about.
we just produce better
Tell
athletes.
There you go, there you go. Tell me about how Spire matches up to Fatima College.
Well, at Spire, they go for a different way of like a different kind of schooling system. in terms of they don't try to like hit you down with like math and then like the average kind of subjects. They have different ways around around it, like in terms of getting you to do math, but instead of you doing traditional math, you may do AP computer science, and you may do, you know, different history classes. Literature is like literature through gaming. You know, it at Spire, I enjoy it more, not only because the school is right there. I mean, I just wake up and I go practice after practice, just walk right there to school. But school also starts at 9:30. The teachers are incredibly intelligent. Their way of teaching, they teach in a way that it they don't teach the traditional way at Spire. They try to like make it so that the students are like involved a lot, and they make it so that the students are interested a lot. They don't want to just, you know, everybody's like, oh, math, or, you know, the traditional stuff could get boring at Spire. They try to kind of switch it up a bit, which I personally really like myself.
Right. How has this experience changed your worldview? You know, further background. Jamario grandfather is Mario Russell, superstar DJ. Every Saturday morning, you would have want to get that. If you had a Mario Russell mixtape back in the 80s, you were saying something. But, you know, the whole idea of who you are and what you want to be and how do you project your sense of self onto the world, how has that changed in this past few months that you've been at Spire?
Well, it has changed because coming across here to Spire, the first of all, not only is the training different to Trinidad, it's just it. My body has been, you know, going through a lot of different issues that I've been keeping private, and then the competition here is just on another level. So Spire has kind of humbled me in a sense. Not that I was like cocky or anything before, but it has humbled me to show me that like, whoa, you are. It's not that you're nobody, but you have work to do. You need to get your stuff together and work hard. And it also showed me, it taught me a lot of different things with the kind of training we're doing here. If you don't cool down properly enough, you get injuries. If you don't eat properly, you get injuries. It just taught me a lot. And about the sport, I have amazing teammates around me. I have Neo Mosebi, who is a 10-1 runner from South Africa, and I've just been able to obtain a lot of information from him. I'm also in I'm also surrounded by athletes who are just quicker than me, older, quicker, world-class athletes. And it humbles you and it teaches you a lot. It helps you to push more in practice, and it helps you to learn a lot from them. And I've learned a lot from the athletes.
Right. So when we start to think of Trinidad and Tobago track and field excellence, of course, there is a long, long history that goes almost to the start of the sport as a, you know, as an international competitive environment. We have had Trinidad and Tobago excellence all the way. You know, I mean, of course, Hazley Crawford, Olympic gold medalist, 1976, Arthur Bolden multiple times, Olympic medalist as well. Um, does this experience put Jamario Russell into that conversation in the future?
In the future, for sure. As of right now, I just staying quiet, staying off of the media, trying to like, you know, get myself to that level. I definitely do think that there was hype around the fact that, you know, I got a scholarship to a school like this at such a young age. In terms of in Trinidad, but I definitely do believe that God will bless me, that I will soon one day be able to be talked among these different athletes, Jareem Richards, J.U. Gordon, you know, a lot of these different athletes, and I could help inspire people and show them that, you know, if I could do it, anybody can do it.
Right. And you know, in more recent years, within the last 2 years, maybe, you would have switched down from the 400. Now I'm seeing you doing 60 meters. How has that, you know, that ice water of running indoors and doing a lot more of the short sprints. How was that? Well, I seen the guns, I seen the big guns, I seen all the tututs and all kind of thing popping. Now look at my boy now. Look at
We had
but how else has this new regime of training? How is it? You mentioned briefly that you've noticed some changes in your body. You've already spoken about how your attitude and approach has changed. But what struck you the most when you first got there and you're like, whoa, what was the wake up point for Jamario?
the wake up point for me was again the competition, just how like the best in like I could have been able to rumble with the best in Trinidad, but the best here, they're just on like another level. And I do believe in myself, and it just makes me work harder. I will reach to that point like eventually, but I'm just working my way up. Now, for switching from 400 to now doing 60, it has been hard because usually back at home, if you look at most of my races, if people see most of my races, one thing I'm known for is running for 3 steps and then I'm up. I used to I have had no drive phase. My start was never like the greatest. I just had a reaction. But obviously, it's 100 meter, so I could have kind of gotten away with it. Now, running the 60 meter, it has forced me to have to really learn how to have a good start because that's what you need. I mean, I haven't ran that much because of a couple of problems with me that is being worked on. But the 2 times I ran, I realized that shoot, I need to work on my start because I mean I'm getting out to the blocks last, but I'm coming back with hard pressure in the end. Now, if it was 100 meter, yeah, of course, I would have gotten it great time, whatever, but it's a 60. So that transition has definitely been hard for me in terms of the stress of learning how to do proper starts, proper mechanics. Obviously, a 400-meter body build and a 100-meter body build is two different, builds. I had to get more explosive. It, my form had to be way more on point because it's just the little things that drop time. Like after a certain point in time, you just have to start breaking down the little things as your knee drive, just the way that you lift your legs, your breathing, the way that you swing your arms, the different muscle groups that you work. And it has been very tough because my body is taxing my body a bit, but I have a very intelligent coaching staff, very intelligent athletic trainer, and they know exactly how to, you know, take their time with me, which is why I'm not too concerned about indoors. I'm more ready for outdoors.
Right. So I think Trinidad and Tobago Carifta trials is in about less than 2 weeks. Um, to this week, Wednesday, Thursday, is secondary schools championships. Will we be seeing you for trials? And also, how do you feel about missing secondary schools championships?
No, I will not be attending trials because I mean I've decided that I have 3 more years of Carifta. There's no rush for me to go out there and run Carifta at right now. Me going to Carifta this year would have just been more for like the experience of being in Carifta, being at under 20, because obviously not putting like doubt in myself, but I'm not at that level yet to go out there and cause pain under 20. But so when we're looking at the bigger picture, like Commonwealth Games, I think there's NACAC under 18. So Carifta is like, I'm not really too concerned about it. I'm not going to be showing up to the trials, and I'm not too sure if I will be attending Carifta. And in terms of secondary school games, it is very painful. It's very painful, like seeing these guys run outdoors and in secondary school champs. I mean, my secondary school champ days got cut short. I only had like two, and those two I wasn't who I am now.
Because
So
of
I would have, yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
because
because
of that
exactly.
lockdown. That lockdown cost us a lot.
But I mean, the lockdown did also cost me a lot, but it also I gained a lot from that. Without the lockdown, I wouldn't have been able to self-reflect. I wouldn't have been able to build a connection with who's my mentor, Jay Hugh. and who has helped me to really like get the dog out to train hard and go out there and perform. But I would have loved, because everyone's running fast. I would have loved to be among them, among some great competition, great athletes, and see what would have happened there. Represent my school.
Word up, word up. So of course, this platform is all about Rep 868 and building a village and a community. There's another athlete, another Trinidad and Tobago export over there at SPIRE, right? So how has your team TTO young colleague been settling herself in there?
It started off a little rough for her, just like it did with me. I mean, she's having the exact same problems as me. The way how our coach coaches us, she goes very in detail. So she expects us to do things that is like, oh, could be annoying. Like she wants us to drive for 20 meters when we can't. And it was a little rough for her, not to mention the weather. She came straight into winter, coming from the hot,
Mhm.
hot sun to now coming into the cool, cool weather. So she was a little, different little problems, minor little injuries here and there. But she's adjusting and she is starting to turn up. She recently had did the like Ohio. Yeah, sorry, my phone just keeps messing up. Right. Yeah,
All right, so
she's set
yeah, okay, so you're back there. Good.
she is settling in she's settling in well though. Like she just had our, like, I think it was Northeastern Championship, and she won the 60-meter hurdles, which I know is a shock, for because if everybody know Jenna is a 400-meter hurdler. That's what she specializes in. So for her to go out there and drop time like she did, and then get a medal in the 60-meter hurdle, and not just a medal, a gold medal in a tough with a tough field next to her, was very impressive. So Jenna is improving very well. She's adjusting very well, and I could see a lot of growth in her as well.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear. You'll put me on and we'll talk to Jenna soon, and
Of course,
please
of
extend
course.
our congratulations. Something that you also mentioned earlier on, there's far less interaction. Jenna, you all would have been posting multiple times a day most of the time. Now I don't see you at all. It's like all you're hiding, but that's good. It's good to hear, you're speaking of things like growth and development and such positive terms. So definitely, you know, um, that's refreshing. Certainly refreshing to hear that you all are
Yeah.
maximizing the opportunity. But let's just say that someone else wanted to follow your footsteps. What would be the most obvious pathway to being inspired by Spire?
Well, what do you mean, to like come to Spire?
How to get there, man? Yeah.
Yeah, I
how you gonna
mean,
put on the village? See,
well, I mean,
you gotta say, well, I have a friend home,
well, I mean, first of all, you just have to work hard. I mean, it's anything with that. You just have to work hard. Spire is just like any other like athletic boarding school. They obviously they're not gonna take you if they don't see what they like, but they don't just look at your times. They look at your personality, which is why, I mean, if you wanna, I guess, follow in my footsteps, you need to make sure and have a Instagram account. Any of your accounts need to be accounts that portray who you are, whether that be an athlete, whether that be a student, whether that be anything. You must have a proper account that will, like, be able to sell you, if you know what I mean. And then, I mean, you just get the recognition. Spire really just kind of looks out for their athletes, especially if you're from Trinidad. Coach Caron, she's a Jamaican, so she's always looking for the next athlete. Me and Jenna we didn't come looking for Spire. Spire came looking for us, and I'm glad that they did. So I mean, it's just like run fast, do what you have to do, and they will reach out to you. And not even just Spire; it could be any school.
That sounds great, man. That sounds great. So, it was tough hearing that you looking to sit out this Carifta Games. But it was also good to hear that you're looking at mango higher up in the tree. So certainly this sounds great. But in terms of where you're at right now in your season, outdoors is coming up. More or less, everybody's wrapping up the indoor season about now. Um, how do you project what you're looking for outside? On the hot sun. Well, not so hot sun, but in the sun.
Well, I mean, I mean, like, what do you mean by that question? Could you just repeat the
When you
question?
think about where you want to be at the end of this season, what are some of the things that you have on your vision board? What are some of the things that you
Oh,
have that you want to accomplish from the end of 2023 track and field season?
well, I definitely want to be able to run a certain time. Obviously, I don't want to put any restraints. I don't want to, I'm looking to at least run 10, 10, 6. Put me on a good pathway for my next year where I'm looking to drop 10, 3. But I mean, as of right now, I had a bunch of things I wanted to do. I was talking about Commonwealth and nationals and NACAC and all of that. But in terms of me right now, I just decided that I just wanted to slow down a bit. And yes, I do have goals by the end of the season. I want to be able to look back at the season and just say, okay, this was a good season. I did well. Obviously, I want to come back to Trinidad and run champs. Champs was me missing champs last year due to the injury I obtained was one of the most painful things ever.
Indeed.
Um, so I'm just taking it one day at a time. I mean, I'm setting my goals by the week. I'm just going back to the basics from last year off season. Whereas like my goal right now is to just keep improving, just keep PBing, whether it be by 1 millisecond or a whole second. I just want to keep improving, and I know that as I keep dropping time and dropping time, I'll eventually reach to where I want to be, and I'll eventually be able to be like, oh, okay, I'm here now. But I would love to make a national team. Love to be at Commonwealth Games. That my eye is on Commonwealth right now.
Right, 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 right. So this is Junior Commonwealth, which is hosted here in Trinidad and Tobago this summer. Definitely, you should be on the radar for that. That's under 18 event. So certainly, I'd love to see you there. Um, are there any things that you think we might have missed that you want to just touch base on before we wrap this one up?
No, not really. I mean, coming to Spy at first, you had said something about, like us posting a lot and then we just went quiet. Well, for me, I started posting a lot because it was just the hype. Obviously, Spire Media team talked to me and they were like, they're receiving a lot of love from Trinidad in terms of a lot of interaction, a lot of repost, a lot of, love from Trinidad and Tobago. And whether it be because people just macro in and want to talk bad, or it be because people just want to spread the word and support, it was truly something that was like, it touched my heart to show that I really did have my country behind my back coming up here, especially with this transition, which was a big and exciting one. And I just kind of stopped posting for a little while because I just wasn't where I wanted to be. I mean, a lot of these problems were happening to my body, and I just wanted to take some time to just go a little quiet, just go a little ghost, and then figure out what's going on with me, catch myself again, and then I'll be able to, let people know what's going on. But as of right now, we're just kind of staying quiet, just laying low.
Right, right, right. Like Shadow Benny in the bush.
Yep,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, bro, what I can tell you straight up is I know this is not the last we'll be hearing from you. And certainly I
of
know
course,
that great things are in the making because this is who I'm speaking to. So, your number one fan, you know what I mean? Right
of
through.
course,
Um, tell Coach Stewart to send a ticket so I could come and put some Rep 868 stickers on all, yeah? And
of course.
looking forward to seeing you competing, continuing to grow and develop and run really, really, really fast.
Thank
And
you.
certainly, send the push-ups program so that you can get some going. And last but not least, tell the people in the marketing department fridge magnets are very important. So make sure they have some fridge magnets. So when you're coming back down, you bring 2 fridge magnets with your stuff.
Of course,
So,
of
bro,
course.
hey, thanks a lot for touching base.
Thank you
And,
for having
you know what
me.
I mean? Just when the video pops up, you know, just share love. And, yeah, bro, congratulations. I see that you've been doing a really good job and really looking
Thank you.
forward to seeing more and more from you.
Thank you.
Bless ups. All right, folks. So
Yes,
that
sir.
was it. Jamario Russell in the building. And you can hopefully catch him this summer here in Trinidad and Tobago for the Team TTO Commonwealth Youth Games. And if not, you're going to have to pay for, what was the, I think flow track. You're going to have to pay for some flow track to catch your boy there. Hey, my brother, stay blessed. Easy.
Thank you. Yep.